G'day everyone, it's Courtesy and welcome to an On The Back Wheel video. Today I'm taking out the Yamaha Tenere 700 for my first ride. It's going to be a mix of on and off-road riding. Should be an absolute blast, so let's do it. As usual, before we get stuck in, make sure you click that subscribe button. It really helps grow the channel and create more content like this. Alright, before we get on the road, let's start with the looks of the bike first. This thing is a mean looking machine and it certainly looks the part. It looks like a Dakar racer. This bike has a couple of mods. I just threw on these crash bars like 1 hour ago. It has different tyres. It has a really scalloped Motos Tractionator Enduro IT in the front and a Motos Tractionator Rally on the back, or Rail Z. It's also got a Yoshimura exhaust in it. I say that because it's some Chinese copy of one. A B&B bash plate and some bark buses. Alright, let's jump on the bike. We'll have a chat while we're riding. One of the first things to mention is it's quite a tall bike. Very tall actually. I'm 6 foot. Can get on and off, no worries, but it's quite tall and I'm definitely on tippy toes with both feet. 1 foot completely comfortable flat footed. You're sitting really high, like the bars are nice and high up. It's got this cool dash in it. It looks great. Sounds good too. Woohoo! So what we're going to do is head up the highway for a bit, do some twisty roads, missed the gear, and then hit up the off-road section. Today we're going to do my standard adventure bike loop I do when I first get adventure bikes. It's a really good mix of on-road and off-road riding, and I know the area quite well, so I can gauge, how different bikes perform in the area. I imagine it's going to be quite dry, we'll see, and there's some really cool off-road sections. Alright, let's start off with the seating position and how it feels. I'm not going to lie, it feels kind of ungainly to begin with. I don't feel very comfortable on it. Some bikes I sit on and they just feel great straight away and completely natural. This does not feel natural to me. The stock bars seem to slope a little bit on the ends from here. I'm going to tip down. I would much prefer if they were a little bit flatter in their bend. I am used to my ATP highs on my KLR 650, which slope a little bit further back, but these, they just feel like they slope down a little bit, which I'm not loving, to be honest. We'll see if I get used to them. We're sitting on 87 kilometers per hour, which is, I believe, about 50 miles per hour, 55 even, up to 100, which is 60 miles per hour, 61. We're up to 70. Engine feels really smooth. Yeah, no bad vibrations, just a tiny thrum through the pegs. Hopefully you can hear me pretty well. I'm pretty blasted actually, right in the middle of my head. It's not like a bad buffeting, but I am getting blasted. I struggle to hear myself to it. When I first got on the bike, and I'm noticing now as well, is the side of the engine kind of sticks out where I believe the clutch is. My boot is resting completely on that. Standing up, doesn't hit it at all, but as soon as I sit down, my calf and shin hitting it completely with my boot. Don't love that. The foot pegs also feel tiny and very narrow, very narrow. I can already tell that I would like to replace these. They are not good. Don't like them at all. Very linear power. Not super powerful. I feel like the engine's going to be great off-road. While we slow down and go through this roadwork section, is a little bit of wind blast for sure. Hitting me about eye level. I have to tuck down to like here to get rid of it completely. Suspension feels quite firm too. Very firm. Okay, just finished that little highway section. Feeling a bit more comfortable on the bike. The seating position is tall and commanding. Like you sit up high. The front's high, the seat height is high. The Yamaha Tenere 700 Extreme, that's going to feel like a tall bike because that's got like more ground clearance and suspension travel. Flicking side to side, feels pretty light and nimble. Yeah, it feels pretty good. An interesting thing I noticed on this is so far, you punch it on first gear, you would expect the front to come up. On this, it seems to push down and go forward. Little bit of snap. Little bit of on-off snap. suspension and how it felt in the corners there. It feels kind of jiggly. The suspension is stiff. Definitely a little bit jiggly and shakes you around a little bit. We'll see how it performs if it gets a little bit lusher off-road. I'm not sure. You can always try and adjust it a little bit. It's not really flickable like an Aprilia Touring, nothing, rails corners. It just feels nice and neutral and balanced. Not amazing, not bad. The seat's quite firm. I like how flat it is though. Road section done. So my thoughts on the road. Yeah, very capable on the road, nice and smooth. Sits a little bit upright, isn't overly flickable in the corners, but extremely neutral. On the highway, a little bit of wind straight in the face. But yeah, not many major complaints as well. Engine, I thought I'd have a little bit more shove, to be honest. It does when you really wind it on. I think off-road is going to have more than enough. So what we're going to do is turn off the ABS. You just hold that in. Yeah, that's cool. Off-road setting. Let's go riding off-road. Oh, really slippery. I think the pressures are quite high on the tyres too. Oh, I'm just spinning. Just spinning. First time using a Rail Z too. Front is really scalloped out. We think that they had the wrong suspension settings, or pressure's way too soft. Scalloped it out. Oh, geez, a bit rough. Slidey. See how it feels standing up. Yeah, pretty good. Stretching a little bit to the bars. We'll crouch over a little bit. That's better. Gets a long ride off-road, that's for sure. Not very bike fit either. Alright, it feels really stiff. Like harsh. Washouts. Handle them nicely. It's a good motor off-road. Right, now I've gotten the silliness out of the system. I'm going a bit slower. How does it feel off-road so far? The suspension, I've said it a few times now, is stiff. Does not like smaller bumps. Yet to do some bigger bumps, we'll do them in a bit. But this rocky stuff I'm kind of riding through now with washouts and tree roots and little bits along the way, I wouldn't say it's a bad road. Like, you drive a car on this, I'm getting shaken to death. It's not great. Motor's fun though. That slower steering handling I was talking about, that kind of really neutral handling, seems to be working quite well off-road. It's very refreshing not having electronics. I find if I've been doing whiskey throttle and just spinning it up because I'm a lunatic, excited to be riding. But if I do it a bit more gradually, it actually hooks up, not too bad. I'm in third gear doing 25 kilometers per hour. Go slower, I think. 20. Pulls it. Not even accelerating. Yeah. Versatile. First off-road section done. That was more like easy dirt roads. Head to some harder stuff. This is a brake. I'm going to go down it, then back up, and then we'll loop around and do some other cool off-road sections. Do a fast section with some washouts. Very slippery. Starting to get more comfortable on the bike. Second gear is great. You can do a lot on it. You go really slow and then still wind it on. I don't know if these are stiffer springs or not, but it is harsh. Oh yeah, I do not like that. This thing just claws to the ground. The rear wheel just tracks over everything. Very cool. Must be the design of the swing arm and frame and everything. It just feels like it just wants to go on the ground and push and drive through. You weight the pegs down and everything. Yeah, it kind of does a little bit of it for you. third gear send. Handles it. Throwable. Throw it around. Oh, I thought my ABS was off. Oh, I turned my... That's bloody stupid. It turns itself back on. Nearly killed me, the bloody thing. Big washouts. Some solid drop-offs. First gear. Goodness, scared the shit out of me. You know when you know it's going to be on, you kind of compensate for it. I thought it was going to be off. Steep descent. Oh, it's washed out full drive, eh? Under steep descent. Really slippery. Look at that time. There we go. I thought I would have stalled by then. Nice. And the first. Very steep descent. There we go. Now we'll head back up. Could definitely let a bit of pressure out of the tyres. Very skatey, but I don't want to get puncture. Alright, let's crawl it up in second, see how that performs. Great. Yeah, second gear, super first stop. Under the trees. Oh, this is monstering this. That was great. Oh, ABS again. That's gonna get really old. Big hill. Sliding out everywhere. Keep a constant throttle. Oh, that's rough today. I need to move that rear brake. It's a few times I've done that, just locked it up completely. A bit overly sensitive. Likes these erosion mounts. I reckon with the suspension setup, I could ride this pretty quick. Go a bit slower, I don't want to get puncture. Still yet to replace all my tools after losing them last weekend. I don't usually do this on my first rides, but I've changed the suspension settings, taken 2 out of the compression and rebound on the front, 2 out of the preload on the back, and also 2 out of both the clickers. So just 2 all round in general, because it's super jiggly and stiff and quite unstable off-road. So we'll see how it goes now. Okay, so a little bit better. I just did a quick section then. It's a little bit better suspension. We'll see how it goes. I got a bit of a feel for the bike. Let's go and do some proper off-road stuff. Roots. If it's a little bit smoky, they're burning off somewhere. Oh, that's a bit washed out. And the first. Gets quite steep here. Oh. Right in this even steep bit there. Well, this is really washed out. Cut across. Nice. The gear spacing in this bike is terrific. First and second, like first, great for slow stuff like that. Second, can go from a crawl, then blast out. Down we go. It's much rougher terrain than what we've been riding. And it's not single track by any stretch of the imagination, but it's rocky and washed out. Yeah, starting to feel more confident. Way, slippery. Handles jump's great. Hey, he ended in the cross right. Ground clearance, fantastic. Nice and narrow. When you got crash bars up nice and high and like this, it doesn't limit your ground clearance and widen the bike. The engine in this is just fabulous. So good off-road. Done a cracking job with the motor. Fueling's good too. I was a bit worried about the on-off fueling because it's a little bit noticeable on-road at times. But off-road, not bad at all. Step section. Oh, stalled it then. No. Oh, that's washed out at the moment. Alright, good hill climb for everyone. Second gear. We'll see how second goes. Great. Just shoots out. Hey, slippery dippery. This should be a good section. Just shoots through when it hooks up. Big tree root stump there, don't hit that. Oh, handle it well. Now I'm wary of trees now. Ride this thing like an enduro bike almost. Terrain has changed a lot through here. Nice. Woohoo! It's just great adventure bike riding through here. You can have a play, it's not too technical, but it certainly keeps you on your toes and works you. Who's concreted that? Loving it, people. Don't love the suspension, loving other aspects of the bike. Oh, it's really washed out, people. Down to first. Go the chicken run bit here. Up pegs. On the right, looks like the best line. A bit further on the right. Oh, on left because I slid out. Done. Oh, what's that tree? Oh, big hit. Oh, handle it okay. That was a big hit. That was almost to shut your eyes, mate. Standing position's good. Your shadows make it really hard to see. Gosh, this thing gets up on boogies. Let's do some exploring. Steep. Looks nice and grippy though. Will be a challenge to get out. Not too hard, which is always good. Rum! Rum rum! Under we go. Not going in there. Go up here. Yeah, this has been done before. Could be tricky. We'll see how we go. It's not too bad. If you just don't fall in ruts like I do. Stick to the middle here. That way. This is the bit I was a little bit worried about. Stick to that centre. First. Round to the right, back in the centre. Yeah. Easy. It's pretty slippery stuff. Just hooking up. Motorcycles only. Now I know this one gets pretty tough towards the bottom. We'll just keep an eye out. Oh, it's Turkey. This is a good single track. Woohoo! Rocky. Oh, very rocky. This is what it's all about, people. It's a big rut here. I'm really impressed with how this goes through narrow style terrain. This is bloody a bit wild, isn't it? Yeah, really impressive how it goes through narrow style terrain like this. Nothing's getting caught up. Nothing's dragging. Very capable. Which way am I going to go? Just straight through here. Straight through the guts. Sliding. Oh, up the pegs. Couldn't get up the pegs. Hey, this is some pretty tough stuff, everyone. Thermo fan is on. Oh. No sticks getting stuck in places they shouldn't be. Get out. Done that once, I'm not doing it again. Alright, up around to the left. Through this person's rut. I've never been down here. It's pretty bloody wild. You do well to get up there on a Tenere or something. Lucky I'm going down. Yoo-hoo-wee! And we go, everyone. Oh, it's sketchy as fuck. Fuck it. Up in the pegs. Tenere loves it. Drop off. Over to the left. Keep to the left. Straight. Oh shit. Oh! That's what I'm doing. I don't know if you remember C brake. It's like the torture test I did for the KLR. I'd be curious to see how this went over there. I think it'll do okay. A bit more ground clearance. Ground clearance is the big killer for the KLR there. You're getting caught up and stuck, and whereas this got a bit more clearance and a bit narrow. Not gonna lie, this is a handful through here. Absolutely handful. The suspension is so jittery, you get thrown around a lot. It's tiring. It throws you offline a bit too. There we go. Oh, like that. Yes, I was a bit off balance, but I hit it and just throws you around. Oh, let's see how much clearance it's got. That's beautiful. Woo, this thing's hard work. Whew, that's pretty tiring. Tree in the face. This looks fun. It's like an old quarry or something. Up we go. Yeah, right. I just found this random track and it's great. Kind of this loamy dirt. Yeah, so good. Slippery. Come on. Just digging out the front so it stops falling into there. Now we'll try get it over. Oh, there we go. Whew. Let's get out of here. So we're going to head back on some dirt roads, and once we hit the pavement again, I'll wrap it up. Alright everyone, I've been riding the bike for about 4.5 hours now. I'm going to start heading home, so time to give my wrap up of my first ride. Look, this bike has the potential to be an absolute weapon. The engine is so good off-road. It's nearly perfect off-road. The gearbox is good, the clutch is good. I like the way it handles off-road. On-road, it handles great as well. Now I'm a bit more comfortable on it. You know, after this day of riding, I'm quite comfortable on the bike. It's starting to feel really good. However, the suspension, I'm going to clarify with Ash whether the previous owner put stiffer springs in it, but if they didn't, it is so harsh in that initial stroke and on little bumps. It is really stiff and harsh and uncomfortable and tiring to ride. It's actually maybe not enjoyed the bike as much as I could. On the big hits, it's not too bad at all. You come over big erosion mains and stuff, it's not too bad. But yeah, that suspension, it needs a bit of work for me. So I got the bike for a while longer yet. I'm going to do some more videos on the bike, get more comfortable on the bike, and fiddle with the suspension settings and all our little things, and do a review at the end. Look at this gold now. The Tenere looks amazing in this light. Alright, I'm going to head home. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Keep it on the back wheel, everyone. Catches.